Okay, let's start. Right. Today we discuss an experiment that I've designed, experiment 1. It's a way to identify perpetrators within your support network. Now, when I say perpetrators within your support network, this means any friends or family members that might be part of a remote neuro monitoring construct, or some kind of hive mind, or people who have the ability to access your most inner thoughts. Now, you all know of microwave burst technology and all these hive technologies that are around, where people can actually deduce what you're thinking. And obviously these technologies are being used by gang stalkers, and they're also being used to gaslight people into thinking that they're crazy, and into also believing, well, incepting false memories, like what we have with the Mandela effect. This is my theory. Now, obviously, each theory that you develop has many different experiments which can be used to prove it. Now, this is the first experiment in terms of trying to prove that the false memory aspect of the Mandela effect is down to gaslighting from gang stalkers who are being aided and abetted by the systems and governments of this world. So let's get into the experiment. Now, the setup of the experiment, there's a few things you need before you can do the experiment. You watch this video to the end and copy this spreadsheet as I describe it, or you can download a copy at this link here, which I'll provide in the comments of the video. Now, the first step you need is to actually choose 3 days. Choose 3 days into the future. So let's say today is the 23rd of March, and you choose, let's say day 1 is day 1. Let's say day 1 is equal to 26th of March. Yeah, March. Yeah. 2017. Yeah. So then day 2 would be equal to 29th. Yeah, and day 3 will be equal to, how many days are there in March? 31. So that would be equal to the 1st of April. Yeah. So that's how you choose your days. It depends on when you choose them. It depends on when your day 1 is. If your day 1 is in the 27th, then this one goes to the 30th. Yeah, and this one goes to the 2nd. Well, I think it's the, yeah, second, isn't it? Yeah. 3 days apart. Yeah. So that's how you choose your days, and then you choose a destination. This is a destination is somewhere where you can go that will take you at least 10 minutes to walk or 10 minutes to drive. Now, I know of a supermarket that's 10 minutes away from me. Well, it's like 30 minutes away from me, but it's above 10 minutes, so I can walk that in 30 minutes, or I can drive there. So let's say you choose to go to the supermarket and it's 10 minutes away. So now you have your destination, you have the date when you're going to commence the test. Now let's see. Then obviously on day 1, let's say it's the 27th of March. On day 1, you get a notepad and pen. Yeah, and on the new page, start a new page and write down the date on top of that page. and then you also fill in the date on this sheet. Yeah, you fill in the date here, so say 27th of March. Yeah, this is 2017 values, by the way. Yeah, I just can't bother to put that. So let's say you fill that in like that. Yeah, so back to the setup. So then you can start walking to your destination, the destination you chose here. You can start walking to that destination. Now as you're walking, you might notice someone might call you as you're leaving your property and says, "Hey, where are you going?" "I'm going to the supermarket. Can I come?" You might not think nothing of it, but if that does happen, write their name here. Yeah, so say here Joe Blogs. Yeah, day 1. So you write their name there. Yeah, and then you might walk outside, and then another person might run into you coincidentally. "Hey, how have you been? I don't know. Where are you going?" "Supermarket." "Okay, can I come with you?" Don't ignore that. Write that down. Let's say it's a woman. Say Jane Blogs. Jane Doe. I don't know. So now you write those names down into there. Yeah, into this into the name column, which is the name column here. Yeah. So then you enter a 1 beside their name on day 1. Yeah, so that's the first time you met Joe Blogs, and he appeared, and then Jane Doe also appeared on day 1. So then on day 2 you repeat the same thing. Now let's say on day 2, as you're walking outside, Joe Blogs decides to meet you coincidentally. Yeah, you put a 1 there. Yeah, simple as that. Yeah, and let's say on day 3, Jane Blogs decide to meet you. You put that there. Yeah. And let's say she meets you on day 2 as well. You put that there. Yeah. So that's what this is describing here. Yeah. So you start walking and you just repeat the same thing as you did on day 1. But remember, day 2 would take place on the 30th, and day 3 will be on the other day. So on day 2 you fill in the 30th here. 30th March. Yeah. Yeah. 2017. And on day 3 you fill this in, which is 2nd of April. Yeah. Yeah, 2017. Yeah. Yeah, so you got your dates there, and so after you fill that in, then you need to analyze it. Yeah. So that will take you to day 3, and this is just repeating the same steps as you did in day 2 and day 1. And then you put 1s in there. So for the total column, you just count them up. 1, 2, so you put 2 there. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, you put 3 there. You might have another name here. Name 3, name 4. You might have other names here which have different values. 1 might have 1 and 1. Yep. So then you enter 1 and you enter 2 here, which is the total of here, gives you that. Total of here gives you that. Total of here gives you that. Total of here. Just count them up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Yep. So that's you done there. Then you move on to the conclusions. Yeah. So again, you write down how many people had 1 in the total. Name 3 had 1, so you put name 3 here. Yeah. 3. And how many people had 2 in their total? You put Joe Blogs and name 4. Yeah. So you put Joe Blogs and name 4. Yeah. Yeah. And then the hit, how many people on 3 separate occasions coincided with you and wanted to go to the same location with you on 3 separate occasions. So if it's 3 separate occasions, then obviously we have a problem. So you say Jane Doe appeared here, right? So that's a hit. Yep. Now you've identified an individual. These will be individuals, you know. You'll identified an individual who every time you want to go somewhere, they insist on being there with you. Every time you want to go somewhere, that individual wants to be there with you. Yeah. So now, once you've identified the individuals in the hits, yeah, these are the individuals you need to keep an eye on. Obviously, these will be close friends and family. You don't attack them, you don't harm them in any way, but these are the people who consider themselves to be your handlers, because I mean, if something happens once, yeah, you could say that that's a random event. If it happens 2 times, you could say it's just coincidence, but 3 times there's something going on there. Yeah, so once that happens, you can identify those individuals. Those are individuals who are keen on knowing your whereabouts, which is a bit weird. They want to handle you. They're your handlers, they're your perpetrators. These are the people who read your mind. These are the people who might be gaslighting you to try and drive you crazy. These are the people who want to prepare who you're going to marry and set you up, and the reason they want to walk around with you is because they don't want you to meet anyone that they haven't sanctioned, that they haven't vetted. They've already planned your future for you, and they consider you property. Yeah. Now obviously, once you've identified these people, they are going to see into your mind to see that you've identified them. Yeah. So this is where you need to be a bit brave, because once they see that, they're gonna try and act like you're crazy, which is the gaslighting. But the statistics do not lie. If somebody appears 3 times, that's a statistic that cannot lie. Yeah. So you've got the statistical evidence there. Yeah. So you can actually, by knowing that you have more control over your life, and you are the one who essentially bosses your life. Once you know who's trying to boss your life, you boss it, because now when they see into your mind and they see you realizing that they're doing that, they will try everything in their power to gaslight you, to try and pretend that they're not. So once you identify the demon, he goes into hiding, he hides. Yeah. If you're in a situation where they can't be bothered to hide, you really need to to leave that network of friends and family and separate yourself from that. You need to start being aware of what your civil liberties are and your human rights, and you need to start enforcing your human rights to freedom of expression and freedom of speech. And these are things you can even call them and say, listen, yeah, I am actually stating now that I do not want you to interfere with any choices I make, and you can tell them straight up. Yeah. And then you take it from there. If they act like you know, then they're gonna do it anyway, then now you've got a criminal a potential criminal offense taking place here, a violation of the law. So you can actually start contacting your legal mechanisms within your local catchment or area or government, and inform them of individuals who are trying to violate you in that way. So this is a way of empowering targeted individuals in order to identify those people in your life who are driving you crazy, basically. So you can actually download this template from my site, yeah, at that address there, yeah, or you can actually just replay this video and just pause it and just try and write it down that way. Well, you know, I still need support, because obviously I want to empower you guys. So this is not free. Yeah. When you go to my site, there's a small fee that you have to pay for it, but I'm sure you would agree that it's worth it. So that ends my talk now, and good luck. Do try and post your results at the bottom. When I say results, don't put people's details, names and addresses on my posts, please, because obviously that's protected data in a way. So when I say results, I mean just talk about your experiences and just say, did you catch people, did you not? Just comment in generic terms. We don't need to hear the specifics and get into all the legal wranglings of why you named people. But I suppose you can name and shame them. You can create a platform for that. I might create one for you, but I need support anyway. So yes, so that concludes this talk. Good luck.